after years of embarrassment and what we have seen with Javi, is Barca finally back on its feet? Let's go a few months back before this season started and let's think that Barca has beaten two teams 7-0 and 4-1. Unbelievable, right? Like, who would have thought that Barca would gain their feet with the same team that they were face embarrassment with? Barca has beaten Girona 4-1. While I expected them to beat Girona, however, what I was not expecting that they will dominate Girona like that. And all thanks goes to the coach Hansi Flick. Let's talk about Hansi Flick. Flick's philosophy, Flick's playing style was much different what Barca was used to. Flick played a pressing game while Barca barely ever managed to press in any game. Even we saw one of the main reasons why Barca lost big matches in the Champions League was because they failed to press. They failed to cope up with the pressure. But is it the right time to say that Flick has brought that mentality into that same Barca which was struggling? Man, let's talk about how Flick has turned this Barca disaster team to a magical fairy tale, starting with the players. I'm gonna start with the captain of Barca, Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen, he's still the same, trust me. Yeah, he's making few good saves, but you see the goal they conceded against Girona, he committed early, which wasn't necessary at all. If he had avoided that, Barca could have ended the match with a clean sheet. These are moments. I'm saying this because these are moments which cost us in the big matches. Look at Champions League. Ter Stegen fails again and again and again. He needs to do better or next season, because this season Barca does not have the financial gains to do that, but next season Barca must replace Ter Stegen. There are certain reasons to appreciate Hansi Flick, because look at the Barca defense, look at the squad depth this season for Barca. They have Inigo Martinez, Pau Cubarsí, and Eric Garcia, man. Eric Garcia, a very average player. Yeah, although he performed well at Girona, but he's not the level that Barca desires to play at their center back. And same goes for Inigo Martinez. But what was Inigo Martinez last season and how he's performing this season? It is just like totally different. He's literally outclassing himself. Flick, I must appreciate this guy, a 17-year-old center back, and he's playing another old defender, Inigo Martinez, and he's getting results after results this season. It is, of course, praisable. Now let's talk about Rafinha. If you guys have not noticed yet, that Rafinha is one of the most crucial players for Hansi Flick. What was Rafinha last season? An average player, yeah, although he provided stats, he provided goals and some assists, but he was not a class player. He was not one of the best. But look at Rafinha now. Even when he's not delivering numbers, he's delivering something beyond those numbers. He's involved with every goals. He's involved in playmaking. He even has made the highest number of chances this season so far in the La Liga. Who would have imagined that a player like Rafinha would have made one of the best players for Hansi Flick? And we must talk about Pau Cubarsí, man. What a player at just the age of 17. Cubarsí is different from all the center backs that Barca had in the past, even Araujo. Araujo is not a ball playing player. He's not a ball playing center back. But Cubarsí is. Cubarsí is just amazing. He does not play any nonsense play. He does what's needed. He does not put the ball behind. He doesn't pass the ball behind. He passes the ball forward. He looks for spaces. He makes those crucial passes which breaks the line. Cubarsí, hats off, man. One of the best players of our team at the moment, I would say. Now let's talk about our number 9, Robert Lewandowski. Lewandowski might be one of the greatest players to ever play this game. However, I do not rate him much. He's Haaland from eBay, trust me. Guys, yeah, he scores goals That's what Haaland does too, but he's somewhat similar to Haaland because both goes missing when it's a big game. Look at Lewandowski. Alongside Araujo, I feel Lewandowski was one of the reasons we could not win the Champions League last season. What I say is 100% justifiable and true. Lewandowski went missing in almost every big game he played. And this is also the scene in La Liga, not just in Champions League. The amount of chances that he gets, he needs to utilize those chances. He just keeps missing those goals. You look at the recent match against Girona, the amount of chances that he got. He should have scored a hat trick. However, he did not. He ended up with 0 goals and just 1 assist, which was barely a pass to Lamine Yamal. And all thanks to Yamal, not Lewandowski for that assist. Lewandowski must understand that this is not Man City. This is Barca. You see, for Haaland, when he misses goals, there are players to fill in for him. However, at Barca, you cannot keep missing those chances that you get. These are the moments that cost us big matches. These are the moments that cost us literally the Champions League, which we are thriving to win for years. Talk about Lamine Yamal, 17-year-old, and he's now the best player in the world. Surely, man, he's surely the best player in the world at the moment. Look at the brace he scored against Girona. And it's not just a brace I'm talking about. Look at this season. After the Euros, at Euros, he peaked high, man. He's just unbelievable. Whenever I see him play, I feel like I'm seeing Messi all over again at Barca. We should be thankful that we have a player like Lamine. Because personally, I feel that without Lamine, this team will go nowhere. Now let's talk about Pedri. Pedri has finally found himself. He has finally become the player that we all wished for. And look at his physicality now. It has improved a lot under Hansi Flick. And of course, again and again, I must appreciate Hansi Flick for returning Pedri to the level that he used to be. We have only 2 players at CDM at the moment, and one is not even a national CDM, Eric Garcia. So we have Marc Casado. But the way Casado is playing, I feel he can go the long way. Flick trusted this guy when Bernal was injured, and it feels like so far that he's paying it off. And now let's talk about our recent signing, Dani Olmo. Olmo, after his signing, he's performing really well for us, and he's just not an average player. He's a player that Barca was finding, Barca was looking for a very long time. He's not a player that's just involved in the midfield. He's a player that's involved with the attack too. And this is what Barca was looking for a very, very long time. However, in the last match, he picked up an injury, and I honestly do not know for how long he will be gone, but I hope so that he returns soon, because injuries are one of the biggest nightmares for Football Club Barcelona. And guys, let's not forget about Koundé. Koundé playing at right back at the moment is certainly one of the most satisfying things to see for Football Club Barcelona. After the Euros, Koundé came and he adjusted at his position so well. I honestly feel that Barca is finally back. Although we do not have the depth to do it, but if we avoid more injuries, there is a very high chance that we might win the treble and we might be back in the business.